Porsche is no stranger to forced induction. Starting with the 911 Turbo in the 1970s, going all the way to the latest 700 horsepower GT2 RS, they have been building some of the most exciting turbo road cars of all times. Something we should all remember. But in the latest 911 Carrera as well as the 718 Boxster and Cayman generation, forced induction is not only used to enhance performance but to drive efficiency. As a result, replacing the old naturally aspirated flat sixes with single turbo Boxer 4 cylinders has completely changed the character of Porsche's mid-engine entry-level sports cars.
So this is what you get. After maybe complaining a little bit too much about the lack of torque and the long gear ratios in the Porsche 981 Boxster and Cayman, the nice people in Zuffenhausen have decided to give this 718 facelift here a completely new generation of engines. And these engines have been the point of discussion for quite a while. I'm really late to reviewing one of these 718s here. But in my daily job, working for Autobild, I've driven all the latest models, including the new GTS, so I feel well prepared to tell you what I think about them. You have to say this has become a seriously fast car by now. And talking to a friend of mine who owns a Cayman GT4, performance-wise, especially here with the PDK, I think this car absolutely matches the GT4. Maybe it's even faster. But is performance alone something to be excited about? I don't think so, actually. I mean, the experience driving this Cayman here is that the torquey engine doesn't really match the sharpness of the rest of the car for me. The PDK, when you drive it in the automatic mode sometimes, and I've not experienced this with any other PDK cars, I have to tell you, sometimes really struggles to find the right gear. It's shifting between the gears and sometimes it stays in gears a little bit too long. And in the manual mode there is a feeling for me like the engine, as far as its responsiveness goes, can't really keep up with the speed of the PDK. I mean, yes, for a turbo engine, the throttle response is really good, but it still doesn't feel like it suits the rest of the car for me. It's just a little bit too leggy. And the sound is definitely something to be on the fence about, I think. I mean, coming from the excitement that we got with the naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engines, there was just a crispness, a sharpness to them that absolutely matched the chassis and the whole feel of the car. And with this turbo engine, it just feels like, yeah, they've put an engine in there to generate the performance, but it doesn't really suit the car's character for me. And that's a shame, because over the past 40 or what years, Porsche has been building some of the most exciting and legendary turbo road cars that I can think of. I mean, think about the 930, 911, and that's a car where you are so excited when you get the chance to drive one. I mean, it's an experience that every car enthusiast has to make just to get what I mean. Turbochargers used to be not something that just added performance to the engine, but added an extra level of excitement. And with these super modern engines that are just so fancy with the way they rev, with no peak points in the rev range, just building their power so linear, I think a lot of this excitement has been lost, and Porsche should be better at this. I mean, with AMG cars, with BMW cars, single turbochargers or bi-turbochargers, I don't have the same feelings like I have with these new Porsche engines. It's really a shame, because the rest of the car, as expensive as it is, and that is something that I should talk about, the rest of the car just still has this Cayman sharpness about it. It's such an agile car. It's just amazing to drive on a back road. The suspension is so well sorted. The steering is sharp. The car has a nimbleness, an agility to it that is just so enjoyable. And yeah, with the engine not building the same kind of excitement that you get from the rest of the car, I don't know. I feel like the price point of this car now, even though the Cayman is now actually cheaper than the Boxster, which it should have always been, let's be honest. The price point of a car like this here, starting at 64,000 euro in Germany, and with the options that this car here has added, it's almost 100,000 euro. I feel like, yes, as a daily driver, it's pretty nice, but for the experience as an enthusiast that you're getting for this kind of money, it's not good value in my opinion. So yeah, it seems like the only Porsche cars for me to really be excited about are the GT cars now. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to what Porsche has up its sleeves to see where this is all going to.